has been working on Awilka now for about 5 years. Tinka discovered this back in 2012, 2013. And with Arizona Mining recently being bought out by South 32 for $1.3 billion US, we believe that Awilka is going to be the next large high-grade zinc development project. We own 100% of the property. As I mentioned, we discovered it back in 2012, 2013. We've now drilled 65,000 metres. We've had 3 resources. We're about to come out with our 4th resource upgrade. As at the end of last year, we had 42 million tonnes at 7.3% zinc equivalent. We're expecting the new resource to be somewhere around the 60 million tonne mark. In addition, we've got a tin resource, 10.5 million tonnes at 0.7% tin. As I mentioned, we've got the resource coming out in the coming days. We've had some spectacular drill holes this year. We had 10 metres at 44% zinc. Basically, that's pretty close to direct shipping ore. We've connected the zones and we've had some great success this year, which I'll show you fairly soon. Market cap of the company is around 90 million. We've got around $13 million Canadian cash in the bank. We did a financing earlier in the year, which was well timed. We've got 3 institutional analysts covering us. Of course, in addition, we've got Gwen, also Joe Mazumdar, who's not here this week, unfortunately, and also IKN. For those of you who read the IKN newsletter out of Peru, we get good support from Mark as well. Institutional shareholding is around 58%, including insiders. Sentient Group is a private equity company out of Australia. They've been very supportive. They own 1/4 of us. And the World Bank, the IFC, has been a big supporter of us since 2015. Zinc companies' stocks have been going backwards a bit this year, and yet there's a disconnect. The fundamentals for zinc remain very strong. In fact, they're stronger now than they were 12 months ago. The inventories continue to go downwards. That's what the graph shows. We're at basically 10-year lows on the LME inventories. There are deficits. We are actually using more zinc than we're producing. And yet, as I mentioned, there's this disconnect. So it's hard to explain that. I guess we put that down to politics. The China-US trade war doesn't help, of course, and all this uncertainty is not good for base metals. But fundamentals remain very, very strong, and when things do turn, we think that there's going to be a very quick turnaround in zinc prices, and therefore should follow through with the equities. Just another interesting point is that zinc mine grades are dropping. Back in 2000, the average zinc mine grade was 6.8, and now it's 4.3. So again, that's indicative of the zinc being used up, and a lot of the good deposits have been found. Just a quick reminder of what zinc is used for. It's an industrial metal used in galvanizing, preventing iron from rusting. So that's the main use for it. Very kind of boring, but useful. We are unashamedly Peruvian focused. We have a wonderful Peruvian team, and we're Peru mine finders. We've had a number of successes down in Peru over the years. So Alvaro, who's not here today, leads the team. Javier looks after communities, and Mariana's actually at the back. So anyone can come and talk to me and Mariana at our booth anytime this afternoon. This is the existing resource. We're sitting there. The graph shows the size of the deposit on the x-axis, and up the y-axis is essentially the zinc in the ground. Tinka, the Awilka resource is the large red ball. We're shortly to be going well north of, well to the right-hand side and up. So look out for that zinc resource when it comes out. Now, where are we located? Right in the middle of central Peru. We're surrounded by mines, 20 kilometres to the nearest mine. And just a reminder to everybody that Peru is the second largest producer of zinc in the world, behind China. This is a zoom in of that central Peru area. Excellent infrastructure. Most of these mines are at 4,000 metres and above, so in the Andes region. There's good infrastructure. We've got a road that goes right through the property, 8 hours to Lima. That road that joins our project to the coast is currently being sealed as we speak. There's a train line from Cerro de Pasco that goes all the way to the coast, and there's also a smelter just outside of Lima at Cajamarquilla. This is the map that Gwen showed earlier on. This is the existing resource. The holes that we've drilled this year are shown in yellow and red, and those holes are effectively going to join up our resources from west to central and south. So all of those areas are now going to be connected. We've also expanded significantly West Awilka to the north. And the diagram on the right shows our tenement position. We've got 150 square kilometres, a number of additional targets within our claim block that have not yet been tested. This is a cross-section showing the geometry of the mineralisation. There's 3 rock types. There's a sandstone up on top, which is basically barren. It's about 100 to 150 metres thick. And the blue unit is the limestone that's mineralised. And the colours red, green and blue show the zinc mineralisation, and you can see they typically tabular, flat dipping bodies, but they can thicken up into significant thicknesses. At south and west, we've basically got 150 metres of solid mineralisation at South Awilka. And the tin zone, which we don't make a lot of noise about, as Gwen mentioned, but it sits in yellow there. You can see it's at the base and just marginally offset from the zinc mineralisation, and that in itself is a large resource. This is our 10 metres at 44%. On the left-hand side, beautiful zinc mineralisation, all sulphide, coarse-grained, and very easy just to treat and send straight to the smelter. We've done a lot of metallurgical test work. It's all sulphide. The recovery is extremely good. We get good indium credits with the zinc, and we're currently working on additional testing at the moment in terms of doing variability tests from around the deposit. We have 3 communities on the project. We have wonderful relationships with all those 3 communities. The IFC helps us with our relationships, and we have excellent ongoing sustainable development programs fostering those long-term relationships. Now, this is an interesting slide because it shows the value of our resource in the ground. Now our zinc resource with our current resource, we're valued at less than 1 cent per pound. Zinc's trading at about $1.15 per pound, so you'd think 1 cent per pound is pretty cheap, right? Well, Arizona was recently taken out for 5.5 cents per pound, so it gives you the potential uplift that we can see in our share price. We think we're very undervalued, and once the market realises it, I think there's a lot more upside in our share price. We've got a lot more exploration upside, and also a number of catalysts coming on. Not only the resource update, but also the PEA early next year. So why Tinka? We've got one of the largest discoveries in Peru in the last 20 years, not only in zinc but in any commodity. It's shortly to be one of the largest undeveloped zinc projects in the world. We've got the resource update pending. We've got the PEA early next year. We are well positioned to be the next large zinc development project. We've got plenty of cash in the bank. There's no need to come back to the market for the next 12, 18 months. And we've got plenty of cash to continue advancing the project and de-risking it. And of course, any further questions from anybody, please come and see me at the booth. And thank you very much for your time. Have a great day.